Dialogue between Buddhism and Other Religions. Question 91 to 100.
Question 91. When meditative practice yields results, the mind becomes clear and tranquil. How can one avoid subtle arrogance that depletes merit?
When the mind enters a profound meditative state and experiences a new sense of bliss, it is common for feelings of pride and arrogance to arise. Without the guidance of a wise teacher to firmly remind and caution them, the practitioner risks becoming trapped in their arrogance and overly indulging in the enjoyment of that meditative state. In states of mindful awareness or meditative absorption, the practitioner experiences profound bliss and tranquility throughout the body. At that moment, practitioners become fixated on the sensation of the entire body, settling into it not to further deepen mindfulness, but to enjoy the tranquility of that meditative state. This is where the danger lies. The enjoyment of this meditative state is like a person who earns money but starts spending it excessively, gradually depleting their resources. Similarly, indulging in the bliss of meditative states drains practitioners' merit, leading to regression in their spiritual practice. But isn't settling the mind into the sensation of the entire body aligned with the Buddha's teaching on mindfulness of the body in the 4 foundations of mindfulness? While this practice is indeed part of the mindfulness of the body within the 4 foundations, practitioners often encounter an unintended side effect, the tendency to indulge in the bliss of meditative states that pervades their entire body. So, how can one avoid being trapped in indulging in meditative bliss? In daily life, when mindful awareness emerges, the practitioner should consciously remind themselves, "I am just an ordinary, ignorant, and sinful being." This humble reflection allows the mind to remain mindful and clear without being tempted to enjoy or attach to meditative bliss. During meditation, the practitioner should skillfully anchor their attention in the lower abdomen and focus on the gentle, slow, minimal, and smooth rhythm of the breath. This practice is akin to taking refuge in a small, safe place to avoid being swept away by the vast tranquility of the meditative state, which could otherwise lead to arrogance.
Question 92. How many times a day should one practice meditation?
If circumstances allow, it is recommended to meditate 3 times a day. In the morning after a restful night's sleep, in the afternoon following a short nap, and in the evening before bedtime. Meditation should be practiced in a quiet, undisturbed environment with good air circulation, free from strong winds or excessive heat. The space should have appropriate lighting, neither too bright nor too dark. Meditation can also be beneficial when practiced in a supportive collective setting. The duration of each meditation session depends on several factors, including the individual's physical condition, tolerance for discomfort or pain, depth of meditative concentration, work and life pressures, and availability of free time. It is important to strike a balance. While longer meditation sessions are ideal, forcing oneself to sit through excessive pain can drain energy. Conversely, ending a session prematurely when one is capable of continuing is also a missed opportunity, except when interrupted by work or responsibilities of life. Before each meditation session, it is essential to cultivate 3 foundational mindsets: reverence for enlightened beings who have attained egolessness, compassion for all sentient beings, humility, seeing oneself as simple and insignificant as grass, sand, or dust. When reading ancient scriptures, one can discern which enlightened beings have truly attained egolessness. Upon recognizing such beings, one should hold them in profound reverence, as this will bring great blessings to one's spiritual practice. For beginners, meditation sessions should last no less than 30 minutes. They should start with 30 minutes per session and gradually extend the duration over time as they become accustomed to the practice.
Question 93. What steps should be taken when ending a meditation session?
Typically, after meditating in the full lotus posture, practitioners should follow a series of necessary steps to transition smoothly from stillness to movement. The recommended steps are as follows. Join hands in a gesture of respect and pray for all sentient beings to follow the path of spiritual practice and attain enlightenment free from ego. Rotate the head and neck a few times, gently and carefully, not forcefully. Gently move the shoulders in a relaxed manner. Move the arms lightly and rub the hands together to stimulate circulation. Massage the face, eyes, head, torso, and back. Stretch and massage the legs to restore circulation. Sit still for a moment, allowing the body to adjust, then stand up and practice walking meditation. In daily life, practitioners should cultivate refined and profound moral behavior, avoiding all wrongdoings, actively helping others, maintaining humility and respect towards everyone, and deeply venerating enlightened beings free from ego attachment. In summary, a meditation practitioner must strive to live a life of virtue, sacrifice, service, kindness, courage, perseverance, and determination.
Question 94. To summarize, how should one practice meditation?
If a practitioner has experienced the stage of contemplating the truths and teachings to clear misconceptions in their mind, they can apply the following 6 steps of mindfulness during meditation. Reflect on the nature of the mind, recognizing it is restless and filled with wandering thoughts, teaching. Directing awareness to the chest and abdomen to address the root of wandering thoughts, technique. Reflect on the truth that this body is impermanent, subject to birth, aging, illness, and death, teaching. Observe the breath clearly, skillfully maintaining it as light, slow, little, and smooth as possible, technique. Gently focus attention on the base of the abdomen, technique. If mindfulness emerges, remind oneself of merely being an ordinary, ignorant, and sinful being, teaching. In daily life, practitioners should constantly remind themselves of being ordinary, ignorant, and sinful. This humble reflection helps prevent complacency and attachment to the blissful states of mindful awareness.
Question 95. Is it true that when the minds are tranquil, everyone becomes equal?
A tranquil mind is like a house that has been thoroughly cleaned of dust, but the nature of the house itself varies. A clean mansion is not the same as a clean thatched cottage, and a clean thatched cottage is not the same as a clean makeshift hut. Similarly, the mind of an enlightened being may sometimes be active and sometimes still, but its essence remains enlightened. In contrast, an ordinary person's mind, while occasionally restless or tranquil, remains fundamentally ordinary and unenlightened. Even those with low spiritual capacity might, through great effort, occasionally experience moments of clarity and mindfulness, but they remain individuals of limited capacity. Understanding this, even when achieving moments of tranquility, practitioners should humbly remind themselves that their mind is like a thatched cottage or makeshift hut, far from being a grand mansion. This awareness helps prevent arrogance and motivates them to strive even harder. This principle is evident in everyday life as well. Everyone experiences ups and downs, but a noble person retains a sense of grace and dignity even in hardship, whereas a base person may still reveal their vulgar nature even in times of wealth. Similarly, while the mind may be still, the stillness of an enlightened being is fundamentally different from that of an ordinary person due to differences in their essence, spiritual capacity developed over lifetimes, and accumulated merit from the past. True equality is not merely an idealistic slogan. It results from moral cultivation and the accumulation of substantial merit over countless lifetimes. Only through persistent effort and dedicated spiritual practice can true equality be achieved.
Question 96. What are the 4 foundations of mindfulness as described in Buddhist sutras?
The 4 foundations of mindfulness outline 4 stages of comprehension in meditation, progressing from basic to advanced levels. Contemplation of the body. This is the initial stage where the mind begins to develop strong mindfulness, becoming naturally aware of the entire body and abiding by this awareness at all times. They perceive the body as impermanent and transient.
At this stage, wandering thoughts no longer dominate the mind. Contemplation of feelings. As mindfulness deepens and transitions into a highly concentrated meditative state, the practitioner remains aware of the entire body and abides in this awareness. However, their sense of self begins to shift. They now perceive themselves not as a physical entity, but as an intangible mass of sensation and awareness. This state is clear, transparent, blissful, and stable. Contemplation of the mind. At this stage, the practitioner enters deep meditative absorption. They perceive themselves as pure knowing, the source of consciousness responsible for seeing, hearing, and understanding. This knowing is boundless, profoundly still, sharp in wisdom, and intensely clear, often appearing as if possessing supernatural capabilities. Contemplation of phenomena, or dharma. At the highest stage, the practitioner transcends the self and attains egolessness. The sense of self dissolves, becoming the truth of the universe. Space and time merge into a singular reality. All the natural laws, especially the law of karma, are fully understood. The practitioner gains insight into past and future lives, comprehends all realms of existence, and embodies boundless compassion and limitless wisdom. There are various ways to classify a practitioner's spiritual progress, such as the 4 jhanas, levels of meditative absorption, or the 4 stages of sainthood, levels of enlightenment. However, the 4 foundations of mindfulness stand out as a unique framework for distinguishing stages of progress from essential to advanced meditation.
Question 97. What does it mean to attain enlightenment?
Enlightenment signifies the pinnacle of spiritual practice. It involves transforming from an ordinary state of mind to a saintly one, acquiring extraordinary abilities and entering the wondrous spiritual realm. Naturally, only those who have attained enlightenment can fully grasp the marvels of that state. For the rest of us, we can only make general assumptions, understanding that such individuals have transcended the ordinary condition of human existence to ascend to a divine level. Sometimes we may recognize someone who has achieved enlightenment and honor them as a saint, or even confer sainthood upon them. However, there are times when we fail to notice them entirely, as many enlightened beings remain humble, discreet, and hidden from the world. For these enlightened beings, acknowledgement from ordinary people holds no significance, because mortals lack the standing to validate the achievements of saints. Only enlightened beings can genuinely understand and recognize one another.
Question 98. The path to enlightenment through meditation seems exceedingly difficult for most people. Is this why many choose the path of faith, prayer, and supplication, hoping for divine salvation?
There are 2 main reasons why many people choose the path of prayer and supplication for salvation. Firstly, humanity has yet to develop a systematic, logical, and scientifically grounded approach to meditation. As a result, only a few fortunate individuals succeed while the majority fail. The success rate would significantly improve if meditation practice were systematized into a clear and logical framework that anyone could follow. Secondly, many believe that divine beings can save everyone regardless of their qualities or circumstances as long as they persistently pray and plead. They assume that the divine will yield to their requests with boundless compassion. However, they fail to understand that while divine beings deeply love humanity, they also set high standards and are exacting in their expectations. Prayer is merely the initial step. It helps solidify faith, strengthen willpower, and establish a connection between humans and the divine. However, once this foundation is built, humans must embark on the challenging journey of confronting their inner selves to transform their nature. This path of inner transformation is inherently tricky and demands significant effort. Divine beings require humans to demonstrate determination, capability, effort, and virtues before offering guidance and support on the path to sainthood. They do not allow stagnation, complacency, or reliance solely on prayer without making progress.
Question 99. Why do some people attain enlightenment easily while others struggle? Why are some favored by the divine while others seem neglected or abandoned?
Those who have practiced diligently over many lifetimes, accumulated significant merit, helped others on their spiritual journeys, revered divine beings, and cultivated profound humility are more likely to attain enlightenment easily. Likewise, those who have loved all sentient beings, cared for and supported the less fortunate, and endured hardship to guide and educate those who have gone astray, are more likely to be cherished by divine beings. This is all governed by the perfectly fair law of karma. If someone feels neglected or abandoned, it is an opportunity for self-reflection and a change in mindset. They should look around for those in need and actively reach out to offer help, rather than waiting for others to ask for assistance. A wicked person disregards the suffering of others and never provides help. A reasonable person tries hard to assist when asked. However, a truly virtuous person recognizes the struggles of others and takes the initiative to help without waiting to be asked. These truly virtuous individuals are cherished, watched over, and supported by divine beings.
Question 100. How can religions unite and harmonize as if they were one single religion?
Humans often face a paradox. On one hand, humans call for compassion, peace, unity, and harmony. On the other hand, we often believe that only our religion holds the ultimate truth, while other religions are mistaken and should be eliminated. These two ideas are inherently contradictory. If humanity genuinely desires a peaceful world where everyone is united and bonded by love, we must temporarily set aside the belief that only our religion holds the ultimate truth. Determining the truest religion for the world is a matter for the distant future, perhaps thousands of years from now, when science has reached extraordinary advancements. For now, our responsibility is to promote values of compassion, love, kindness, tolerance, generosity, mutual respect, and complementary cooperation. The differences among religions, which, if we believe were created by God, are not meant to fuel conflict, but to complement one another. When we encounter differences between our religion and another, instead of rejecting or opposing them outright, we should reflect on how these differences can enhance and enrich each other to create something even more extraordinary. The true essence of religion is love, tolerance, and generosity, not in competition or the assertion of superiority. The role of religion is to uphold moral values for society, connect humanity with the divine, and guide people to perfect themselves so that everyone can ultimately become divine beings themselves, as God and the divine desire. We should understand that all divine beings wish for humanity to transcend its current state of suffering and become like them. Unlike humans, who often think, "I want to stay above and others should remain below me," the divine is free from the ego's attachment. They are infinitely selfless and compassionate, hoping for humanity to rise above suffering and reach their level of divinity. All religions must embrace the shared responsibility of uniting the world and building a planet of peace, compassion, happiness, and enlightenment.